Oh my god, I can't find Yos. He's nowhere to be seen. But guess what? I got somebody else here with me today. Hey, Ashley.
Hi. How are you
We'll have you in.
today?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited for our little special episode. But before we get into that, let's hear the jingle.
Pop culture, spilling the plenty. Pop culture, spilling the plenty.
Alrighty. Ashley,
Yeah,
also known as ATL Plant Room,
that
but
is me.
our our audience is mainly European at this point, I believe. Not sure. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself so people know who we're talking to?
Well, my name is Ashley, as Tanya said. I am a content creator here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am also the International Aroid Society's marketing chair. Yay!
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess now you know how I got to know Ashley because we're both on the board at the IAS. And today's special episode is all about supporting the IAS in this dedicated episode because prop culture is taking part in the Podcastathon. Have you ever heard of that, Ashley?
I have not.
Yeah. So the Podcastathon is an annual thing where a bunch of podcasters get together. They submit societies and associations and organizations that they would like to support with their work. And so I put in the International Aroid Society and signed us up and promised we'd do an episode where we talk about the IAS and why it's worthy for people to donate their time or money. And I thought you would be the perfect person to talk about it because you're the marketing chair,
Thanks.
right? Um, let's share with the audience a little bit about what the International Aroid Society is because I have found that a lot of people either don't know that we exist or they don't know what we do. So I put together some notes and I just clicked them away, obviously, because I am the chaos queen. There we go. So, number one, this episode is mainly for anybody who loves aeroids and the planet and who would like to hear more about a society that offers education, science, community, and friendship to anybody who loves aeroids, right? Do you know when the IAS was founded?
We're almost 50 years old, around 50 years old, I do know that.
Yep, yep. We have a 50th anniversary next year. So I was just 1 year old.
Oh,
Now do the
wow.
math. When the IAS was founded in 1977. Fun fact, because we're still in Women's Heritage Month, the first president was a woman. I should put in a sound bit with applause or something. Um, but I do think you know her name.
Is it Betty Waterbury?
Or
I was like, "Oh, do I know it? Do I know it?"
yeah. Another fun fact, one of the philodendrons that are so hard to remember the names of, the philodendron 69686, I think, if I got the numbers right, was recently ish ish described. And so now that one is named after Betty Waterbury. So our girl did a thing. When we listen to the people that have been with the IAS forever, and now I'm referring to Bill because he was basically born into it, right? He's our president.
Nobo baby.
Um, they all say that it was basically kind of like a book club, but with plants that got
Over
together over air rights, right? And so back then, the OOGs, got together, founded the IAS. First, it was the American Aroid Society, but then interest quickly spiked around the globe, and it became the International Aroid Society, which it is today. Um, And the mission today, back then it was more about sharing knowledge and swapping plants and getting really geeky about everything. Today, obviously, the mission has grown, the society has grown. We currently have, what did we say? 1,600 members from all around the globe. And what we do is basically we support education, research, and conservation worldwide. That is something that we want to touch upon today. We recently identified that there's a message that has not been put out there enough regarding what people think the board does or gets.
Yeah.
You want to touch on that?
Sure. So I have learned through talking to many, many, many people that people have no idea what we do. Some people think we get paid. We are all volunteers. Uh, Nobody knows what the money goes to. We actually, all of the money that we make goes to grants for research and conservation.
Yep. I just think it's really important that people know that really everybody in the society, like there's nobody that gets money for the hours that they put in, no matter if it's president or our volunteers or the board members. It really is truly run by people who love aroids so much
Yeah.
and just like to dedicate their time.
I don't
Um,
even think it's just people that like aroids. It's people that love our community.
oh, for sure. For sure. So the other day, I, by accident, joined a live, not by accident, but like on really short notice, I joined a live on Palm Street. And it was the first time that I got to experience the community that closely outside of the board meetings and the people that I work with on a weekly basis. And it was so awesome. It was so friendly. It was so warm. It was so much fun. Like, when you get to bond over something as beautiful as plants and just geek out, it was amazing to me, and so now even more. I mean, I have my plant community in the Czech Republic and in Germany and Belgium, whatnot, but, like, the IAS is something special because it just has so much history and friendships that have grown over many years and not
Mhm.
have just emerged out of that aroid bubble that we had during COVID.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I found that very inspiring. Aside from that, we also have a very official role. The IAS is the official international cultivar registration authority for the Araceae family. Araceae just being Latin for aroid, just to make sure that there's consistency in naming and
Do you
documenting
know how
plants.
aroid came from Araceae?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Oh, I thought you were gonna slap me with
No,
some fact.
I just thought about it. I was like, I wonder if you know.
That's a good question, though. Yeah. So basically, when people discover new plants and they've been described, and quite often the plant is named after the person that found it or described it. There's some other technicalities about that, but you need to have a database where that is recorded. And so there is an umbrella organization that assigns certain bodies the right to be the official register. And it's fun because we recently just started like, talking about that more on our Substack, but we'll get to that in a minute. But it's awesome being a part of that and, helping these plants to their names, to their official names, right? How about we talk about what you and I do at the IAS?
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
not gonna talk about the secretary stuff because that's boring, that's just admin. But, yeah, let's dive into
I
the
can talk about
committees.
what you do because I see it every single day. You do everything. You are
Ah,
literally the backbone of IAS. You have your hand in every little thing. You make these spreadsheets or these things like this. What are these called? I don't even know.
agendas, I guess?
Agendas. You make these agendas for every single committee, every single project, and, like, this you put in time into that, you know?
Yeah, it's my jam.
You're at every meeting. Yeah,
Well, I have
you
to listen in because I'm like the central node that
yeah.
then disseminates information to everybody else when they need it, whatever, but Yeah, I think the real hard thinking and the actual doing and execution and really understanding what it is they do, that's the people in the committees. And I just try to facilitate their work and facilitate collaboration and, just make sure that everybody can be up to speed if they choose to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
But what I'm really excited about is the fact that I get to chair the education committee together with Dr. Sarah Spalding, who unfortunately can't join us tonight. I did ask her,
Aw.
but we'll have her on some other time. But she's like the brain, right? And I'm the organizing part behind the education committee. And she's the one with the scientific background. So we have a good balance in terms of skill sets that we bring to the committee. But especially this year, last year it was a little bit quiet because both me and the former co chair were new to the board. And the IAS was kind of rethinking how it can do education.
Mhm.
Um, but this year we're really getting at it. And what I love is, and you were there too in February, we introduced the Aroid Hour, which I'm really excited about because it gives our members a chance to come together apart from our annual meeting in Miami, even though in a virtual space, but still. And then, of course, there's like the digital resources that we have, the Aroid guides. You and I, Ashley, together, we have a joint project, which is the newsletter that we've revamped this year. And then kind of added on to that, I started a new committee, the community committee, which when this episode comes out will just be 24 hours old.
Wow. You
Yeah, so
know,
that's gonna be fun.
I've been part of IAS for probably about 5 years now, and I have to say the education committee is killing it this year. like, y'all are doing so many different projects, and I'm so excited. I'm kinda jealous that I'm not on the education committee.
It's not
Um,
like you don't have enough to do with the marketing committee, right?
I know.
And dude, you have a whole event to do the marketing for, like, wow.
I just realized that everything that somebody sees, whether it's on social media, the email, anywhere, one of us touches it.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Either it comes from you or me.
Yeah, that's
So I
crazy.
guess I can talk about the marketing committee.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So what the marketing committee does is kind of branches what we're doing internally with the rest of the community. It brings all the scientific knowledge and education that we are doing behind the scenes to the hobbyist. This could be through social media, our newsletter, organizing and promoting the expo through various channels. We are trying to build the community a little more by highlighting amazing members, both in the present and the past, bringing those people to light to
Yeah,
organize that. We are trying to, how do I say this? We're trying to show what is going on behind the scenes, whether it's through the grant work that we're doing and giving updates of that so that you don't have to wait a year to hear about it potentially at the expo. You get to be a part of that. We are trying to bring attention to the aroid cultivars and what's being accepted because that's really exciting to me. I love seeing that. We try to bring your aroid hour to light so that we can have more of the people come and join. Um, talk about the new aroids after dark,
yeah,
our new dinner.
yeah. That was
Um,
fun, finding that
so
name, yeah.
yeah, aroids after dinner, an evening of impact. I love that name. I think you guys did really
Aroids
great at
after
that.
dark.
What did
You
I
just said
say?
aroids after dinner. But there's gonna be aroids after dinner too, so the next day, right? At the show.
Aroids after dark, an evening of impact.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Just last year, it was still called the IAS Membership Dinner and Auction, I believe. And yeah, we're rebranding that to make it sound a little bit fresher. And actually, dinner tickets are already available on the website. That's just an
Yes.
FYI. And I do believe that this year they're gonna go fast because a little birdie told me that we're
Extremely
having the
limited.
same chef. Hmm?
It's extremely limited seating,
Yeah, but
and we
we have the same chef like last year.
yes. Oh my god, the food last year was amazing,
I
amazing.
heard, I heard, and I
I
saw photos, and I'm like, "I'm going this year."
I usually don't go back for seconds, especially at things like this, because I wanna make sure everybody has a chance to, like, sit down and eat, but it was just so good. I was like, "I just want a little bit little portions just to have one more bite." So I went and got just a little scoop of everything else just to try it again one more time. It was so good, so good.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I
I'm
was
looking forward to that.
told the alcohol was pretty good too. I don't drink, so some people at my table got smashed. It was
Okay,
fun.
okay. So do we drop the cameras when we come in so that
Drop
there's
the
no, like
I do know that they do film it, but to my knowledge, they don't film the audience. The audience is always very engaged in whatever is going on stage. So most of us, I know for myself especially, I took one photo the whole night. I didn't take a single video. Monet, my friend Monet, she took like 3 short videos, but for the most part, people are so engaged that they forget, which I
I love
love.
events like that. Yeah, yeah.
I love it too. It's just a really fun event. Really fun event.
Cool, I
It
look forward to it. But you
we're
just
good.
mentioned something that your job in the marketing committee right now is to, like, pull back the curtain and give behind the scene glimpses of what it is we do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think you're doing such a good job. You're not just pulling back the curtain, you're bringing people on stage with you. And that is something that I absolutely admire because we're we're making especially the younger aerators feel like they belong, and that's so important for the society to be successful and grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so thank you for that because I
Thank
think you're doing an
you.
amazing job.
I'm not gonna
Um,
cry.
no, don't cry. Nobody can see it anyway, so.
Oh, then maybe I will cry.
Oh, okay. We spoke about grants. I just want to give a real brief overview, and maybe we can take turns on this. The Awards and Grants Committee is the heartbeat of the society because that is where, throughout the year, we receive grant applications from researchers, botanists, botanical gardens, etc. Well, not botanical gardens, but people working at botanical gardens to get grants. And we're really proud. This year, we gave away, this year, when I'm saying those grants were awarded, I believe, in December. For this year, I think we're currently sitting at $35,000, and that was possible because last year the reason we do the expo, right, and the dinner and the auctions is so that we can get revenue because anybody with a calculator, I mentioned we have 1,600 members and our annual membership is $20. So it's not really rocket science. Yeah, do the math. So the expo and the event is basically what we raise funds with. And we were able, after paying everything else, to put $35,000 towards research and conservation. And yeah, applause.
Yay!
So because we're a little bit too early, usually the recipients of grants get listed in the next Aroidiana issue. Aroidiana is our scientific publication. That's still a little bit out, couple of weeks. So I can't really give you a lot of information on the grants, but from the year before, so the 2025 grant recipients, I just wanted to point out some just to give you like a tangible idea of what it is that our grants fund. Do you want to go first with Monica?
Yes, but I am going to butcher some of these words.
That's okay.
Um,
You're just disseminating information. We're not the scientists.
so the project title is Phylogenomics of Orphan Groups, Understanding the Evolutionary History of Chlorospatha and Xanthosoma.
For those that don't know, those are genera.
Yes. I want one of the chloropatha so bad. It looks kind of like an amorphophallus, but it's got polka dots.
Oh, wow.
It's so cool. I wanna say chloropatha colbii, Kolbii, if you guys wanna look it up. I'm very excited to see what other species come from this study. There has to be so many more cool ones out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Like, what did we hear from Dr. Tom Crowett? He said, like, only 50% in his mind, of air was it 50%? Maybe it was
I think it was less
70%.
than that.
Um, but he says that there's, like, still so many species that we haven't found and genera
Oh,
or that we haven't
it's
come across.
70% that
Yeah,
we haven't come across?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, that sounds right. I thought you said we were 70% that we found, and I was like, "No, no,
No.
no, I don't
No,
think
no,
that's
no, no,
right."
no, no. So what was the purpose of Dr. Carlson's that's a hard word to pronounce, Dr.
Carlson.
Carlson's project?
Resolving long-standing taxonomy puzzles and investigating the historical biogeography of these two poorly understood genera, establishing a clear evolutionary framework to inform future conservation priorities, especially for species highly susceptible to environmental changes.
I love
Um,
that. You know
yeah,
why I love that? Because other species are gonna profit from that as well,
yeah, absolutely.
right? So we can never see these projects as insular research grounds, potential solutions, more understanding. It always affects everything in that ecosystem.
Hmm.
Like when it's a project like this, and I absolutely love this, and I love again that it is done by a woman because we're still in March. But
And
yeah,
Dr. Carlson works at Missouri Botanical Garden. I do want to mention that she works with Tom Crowett,
yep.
um, which
And she was a guest last year at the dinner. Wasn't she a speaker or she gave a
she
workshop or
was
something?
a lecturer for one of the day classes, and
Okay.
that was amazing. Oh my god, can I talk about that?
Yeah,
That's a little
sure.
getting off topic a little bit, but so I don't know exactly how she titled it, but basically what she is doing, or what she did last year, was DNA test every single Anthurium species.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
yeah, every single Anthurium species. There's who knows how many. So she DNA tests them and then put them in their proper sections. And what this means is that we now have an understanding of every single section, and we will be able to better understand Anthurium. We'll be able to better cross Anthurium and understand which species is a bridge species that can bridge two sections that can't normally be crossed. It's a really exciting project that IAS has helped. Um, Thanks to Dr. Monica Carlson, like, doing this work. So, I don't know,
I'm gonna
it
have
was
to
a
go dig for the results or for that talk, like, to see I know so
so
many hybridizers, like, and growers who dabble in hybridizing, and I know they would love to see a resource like that.
yeah, she is working on putting it all on a website. I
Mhm.
actually took detailed notes and her and I communicated, so I've made, like, a list of stuff and information from that and all the research I've done. However, she is gonna put it up on a website. I think in a year from now, it will only be available to scientists, but in 2 years, they hope to open it up to the public, so everybody will have access
Awesome.
to that and see what in Ethereum goes into what section properly and the DNA of it.
That is so crazy. So many
I
fun
know,
jobs and
I know.
projects to do with plants, it's wow. Now I
Yeah.
wish I could go back to school. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce the next recipient's name. Um, Z Zainuddin Basriashia Akar from a foundation that I won't even attempt to pronounce. Yayasan Tumbuhan Asli Nusantra. The accent is probably completely wrong, but it's a foundation in Indonesia. Okay. And the project title is Alocasia of the Maradas Mountains Diversity, Ecology, Distribution, and Threat Issues. The purpose of the research is to document species in an isolated and underexplored region of Indonesia to provide a foundation for conservation planning. And the impact is filling critical data gaps to protect these habitats from rising threats such as habitat loss and unregulated collection. That to me is a huge, huge project because habitat loss, we all know that can come from deforestation, that comes from climate change, and then you
Mining.
add in mining, and then you throw in the unregulated collection, which some people call poaching, other people call it wild harvesting. And then there's the unregulated collection. I guess depending on who you're speaking to and which context, either or can be correct. But yeah, that's such important work because you cannot protect what you don't understand. And so filling these data gaps, I think, is really important. Do you wanna go with Phil?
Sure. Phil Anthony Samabat, University of the Philippines, Los I know that's not
Baños?
Spanish.
I would say Baños, but yeah,
Baños, Philippines.
yeah,
The project title is The Diversity and Distribution of Aroids in Mount Kaling, Philippines. We're gonna get
sounds good.
roasted in the comments.
That's
For
okay. At least we're trying.
the purpose is conducting field research on aroid diversity and distribution with a specific focus on the genetic diversity of Amorphophallus longosphathicus.
Yay, that sounds good. It must
Should
have
have
a really long
contacted
spave
yeah,
because longest spathicus.
I should have
Wow.
contacted Nick to read that out to me. So the impact is generating baseline data in a biodiversity hotspot to inform species management, conservation planning, and potential contributions to food security.
Wait, you're not telling me that Amorphophallus is edible?
Yes, and we had it at the dinner last night. And if we're having the same chefs this year, I'm going to take a wild guess that that may be on the menu this year.
Oh, wow. Wait, so which part of the plant do you eat?
I want to say it's the tuber.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Kind of like
so
kind
so
of like
when
with
we
some aroid species where you can eat the
yeah,
tubers. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Are the tubers like who was it? Julius Boos, I think used to call them tubers. Have
Oh,
you
have
heard of
I got
that?
some news for you about Julius, but continue. Continue what you were saying.
So, yeah, we had that. We had alocasia. What else did we have? But it was like you didn't know you were eating it unless you knew what was on the menu. So, like, it was like chicken encrusted amorphophallus, and it was like a really interesting breading, or like a salad with a vinaigrette that had aroids in it.
Oh,
It
wow.
was really cool. Um, that's probably what I'm most excited about other than seeing my family at the Tropical Plant Expo and seeing all the cool plants that are gonna be on display
And
this
here
year.
here I was all excited. Did I ever tell you this story? Was it 2 years ago when Yas and I finally signed the paperwork on creating the company? And, of course, we went out to a really nice dinner because Yos and I are both foodies. Like, we enjoy haute cuisine. And, so I took him to this really, really nice restaurant in Prague. And, you know how food is always decorated with some little leaves or microgreens or whatever?
Uh-huh.
There was something on my dish. It looked like a miniature lily pad, but it was variegated. Like, I almost lost my shit when I saw that. I took so many photos, because I was like, "Oh my god, this is so special. I have a variegated food decoration."
Was it
And now you're
peppery?
no, no, not at
Oh,
all. It was just a green leaf. I can't think of the English word. I can't think of the German word for it. Like, sometimes I just can't remember names, but, I think it's actually on one of the episode covers. I wanna say 2, 3 episodes back, but, yeah, it was fun. But now you're telling me I can have actual aroids at the dinner. Ooh.
was it this plant? I don't that's not
I
a good
think
photo.
so. Yeah, the green leaves, right?
Oh, here's the variegated form, the round
Yes.
lily pads.
Yeah.
Okay, you were talking about Nostra it's a garden vegetable here.
Yeah, yeah, and you can eat the leaves,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, we're going on a tangent here. I see we're very excited about going to Miami. Um, right, so we this was just 3 of the projects that we fund, and of course, our dream is it to fund more and more projects every year, so we are trying to get the society to grow, get more people to join in our projects and volunteer, for the committees, etcetera. Get more people on our socials so more people can learn about aroids. And basically, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that every membership fee, every interaction with us, every t-shirt that you buy from the merch shop, every donation that you make, every exposure that you afford us by sharing our content, by consuming our content, directly and impactfully helps us to fund that research and give out these conservation grants. What else comes, for instance, with a membership? Like, why should people join the gang, come into the family? Oh my gosh, she's
Let
rubbing
me
her
in.
hand.
Okay, so with a membership, you not only get to help with conservation, our membership is only $20 a year, which is $1.66 a month. What can you get with $1.66 a month? Not even coffee, right? And with that membership, you get access to the Aroid Hour. You get to help all these grants and things like that. You get the Aroid guides. You have just amazing community behind your back. You get $5 off for the IAS, the Tropical Plant Expo. What else? There's just
You
so
get
much.
Aridiana, which is our peer-reviewed
Yes,
scientific journal.
every
You get
single
our
issue. Every single
every
issue, you can go back and read every single
from
issue.
the first issue, we're talking
Yes.
hundreds. Well, not hundreds, but I think it's like 150 if I'm not mistaken, but still,
Yeah. A lot.
um, it's a lot. You get
You
our
get to
newsletter, which is
yeah,
a
every month.
culmination of all the content we put out throughout a month and special articles, etcetera.
You can put
Um,
in aroid cultivars if you have a special one
if you've bred this amazing plant and you think it's stable and you
and
think it's worthwhile, hmm?
unique enough, worthwhile.
Unique enough, yeah, you put it to the aridcultivars.org website where you can apply to have it registered. What else? You can get on-demand access to former sessions at the expo, meaning workshops and lectures, etcetera.
Yes. And the
Mhm.
Discord.
And the Discord. You get early access to merch drops, which are always awesome. What else? Oh, you get to volunteer with us if you want to. Like, you have to be a member to volunteer.
And
Um,
volunteers get free tickets. They get to be part of the internal decisions sometimes. The board or suggestions, maybe not decisions, but suggestions.
mhm.
Um, Pitch ideas to the board members. You get to help with the projects internally. You get to be at the expo early to help set up and see all the really cool plants that are coming in
Yeah.
and talk to the
Yeah.
vendors without all the other people that are wanting to come up and talk to them throughout the show.
Yeah, that's true.
So become
I'm
a
looking
volunteer,
forward to
y'all.
that. Yeah. Let's close out with a call to action. This is a term we've been using so much lately, but our call
Mhm.
to action for this episode is basically if you donate, you're actually funding the future. And I know there's so many causes out there, so many worthwhile causes that are important. And I think the IAS's mission is equally important because, and I'm looking at it from a plant collector standpoint right now. I know for sure that with my hobby, I have definitely increased my carbon footprint, right?
Yeah.
I used to take peat out of the earth by
Uh-huh.
buying it. I use sphagnum moss. I contribute to the fact that there's so many nursery pots that cannot be recycled. I contribute to the fact that, or with the fact that I ship plants all around the planet. So while I'm enjoying nature around me, I'm also contributing. And I want to offset that through my membership, not just to the aroid societies, like any society that supports research and conservation, that can be the Orchid Society or the Cacti Society, whatever. I guess I just want to make a plea for people to understand, yes, you're bringing nature into your home, but it's coming at a cost. And I think we owe it to the planet that we kind of balance that. And there's many ways you can do that. I choose to do it by being active in a society and by paying my membership due. Uh, and I know because I'm working with these people almost every single day. I know that that money goes to the awards and grants committee, and they take a lot of time to vet these projects. Like,
Yeah, they
not just anybody can come up and be like, hey, can I have 5 grand to go to Indonesia? It
yeah.
doesn't work like that, right?
Mhm.
Um, the other thing is obviously the Iridiana access. While I'm not a scientist myself, and I have to admit, I sometimes have trouble reading the articles because I get so lost in all the data. But I do enjoy going back and reading up on, the history of the UPI or the history of, I'm
There's
not
an
even sure. Hmm?
there's an article, that I was pointed to recently. It's, Betty Waterbury, I wanna say Tricia Frank, and 2 other women, but I'm blanking on who it was, going out to see Spirit of Sanctity in the wilds. That was really cool.
Wow. Yeah, and
Uh,
stories like that are also in the Iridiana. So it's actually something else we're working on this year too, because we have a new editor for Iridiana. Shout out to Alejandro in Colombia. Um, yeah, we're working on a program to make Iridiana more understandable to the hobbyists, not by changing the content, but by extracting what hobbyists and casual collectors, and maybe even serious collectors would be like to learn from Iridiana. What else? Obviously, it's volunteer powered, so the more hands, the merrier. And remember what we said earlier, nobody gets paid. Like, we could donate money to the cause. Instead, we choose to donate ours. If you want to learn more about us, we have a couple of channels. The IAS has grown in terms of social media. So we have the Facebook group, the Facebook page, we have the Instagram account. We have a new Instagram account for Stripey.
Yes. We
Yeah, Stripey is the mascot.
we have a Substack, we have a Discord,
Yeah.
YouTube.
LinkedIn page. And I will
Yeah.
put all of those links down in the show notes if you want to come and check out our work. And if you want to join or donate, you can go directly to aroid.org. You can find all the information there. You can find a form if you want to volunteer. You can make your tax deductible donation, reach out to one of the committees, whatever you want to learn. And if you want to talk to Ashley directly, because she's awesome, right? You can find her anywhere on social media at ATL Plant Room.
Woo woo.
Whoop,
Thank you
whoop.
so much for having me.
Yeah, it was
Always
fun to
lovely
talk
talking
about
to
our
you.
work. Aw, always, always.
Always. Like we don't do it every day.
Oh, no, don't tell them that. No, but this was fun. This was fun. And thank you for your service. From
Thank you
one
for
air-eyed
yours.
mom to another. Thank you,
Mhm.
everybody, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this and can take something away. And see you in one of our next regular episodes. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.